At the School of Biological Sciences, the sharing of knowledge by diverse groups provides an exciting environment for research.
But one of the great things about being in the School of Biological Sciences here in Bristol is that one rubs shoulders on a daily basis with people who study things like bird behaviour. Now I think that's fascinating, and it's a really sort of fertile environment.
We offer a fabulous range of subjects to study, literally from enzymes to ecosystems. There's a huge depth of knowledge as well, there's lots of enthusiasm, lots of expertise on site, and it's a good place to come.
There is strength in the study of whole organisms that keeps the researchers in touch with the context of the animals and plants in their natural habitats. And this more classical approach is also linked to considerable expertise in mathematical modelling and the most modern molecular and biophysical methods. These powerful tools are bringing exciting discoveries in fields that include behaviour, conservation, and developmental, environmental and evolutionary biology. For example, Dr. Mark Holderoyd's work on bats incorporates the latest computing techniques to give a unique insight into the world of echolocation.
So here looking now at a forest, a fir forest, if I rotate it slightly you get a good impression of what this method provides that with.
These laser measurements of a real forest are then combined with recordings of a bat's flight path through the trees.
When we take the two data sets together, this 3D habitat reconstruction and the bat's flight maneuvers as they navigate through this habitat, can actually generate a virtual reality representation of this. Let me show you an example of that. So if I start this, what you have is it's a cockpit view of a bat flying through there. So that's the actual flight trajectory. And what you'll hear is the echolocation sounds that it was producing while doing so. So what the bat does, it sees the obstacle and then it decides to follow it on its top ridge.
The technique reveals how the bat stays in the open to detect its prey.
Insects have very faint echoes, much fainter than leaves or the floor, of course. So what they do is they follow this route in the middle over the track, just in order to maximize this free window to detect the insects.
The School of Biological Sciences also incorporates research in nanoscience, an exciting new area looking at extremely small structures, many thousands of times smaller than the thickness of a human hair.
Nanoscale biology, or bio-nanoscience as I would understand it, is the way we could have to access biology at a very small level. If we talk about hearing, for instance, which is my specialty in that sense, a cell that contributes to hearing, a hair cell, will be sensitive to nanoscale events, which means, again, very, very small and tiny vibrations. As I'm talking to you, your ears are vibrating at the nanoscale. What we want to understand is what makes these cells sensitive to such small events and robust to vast mechanical displacements.
Professor Robert's work could lead to technologies such as microphones with hitherto unheard of sensitivity. This field's relevance to the 21st century is reflected in a new centre that will continue the multidisciplinary connection between biology and engineering at the nano scale.
We can actually be rather proud of having a new building being finished right now, which will be dedicated to nanoscience and quantum information. And in that building, we will have not only state-of-the-art facilities, but also the right equipment to study these phenomena, which require expensive equipment. So we hope to do further big strides into this discovery of the nanoscale, at least for biology and other systems.
Although diverse, research at Bristol is focused into special units. One such is a physiological laboratory where adaptive biology and ecological physiology are the main theme. Here there is support to work on ambitious field projects such as that undertaken on crabs in the Christmas Islands of the Pacific.
Okay, so this is a Christmas Island blue crab. This species is actually found throughout all of the Indo-West Pacific. However, Christmas Island is the only place in the world that it's found where it's this blue colour. They're quite robust. They're land crabs, so they breathe air. It would actually drown if it was to be fully submerged, so they live quite happily here. We look after them well. This species is only found on Christmas Island, so it's fairly essential that I go off and actually work in the field, take field samples, and at different times of the year, because that's the sort of questions that I'm answering. I've noticed at Bristol, especially the biology department, there's definitely quite a few people that are away or go away for parts of the year on field work.
They study organisms from worms to bats, but they have a speciality in fish and crustaceans and are trying to solve some real-world conservation problems that benefit from understanding everything from blood physiology to behaviour.
I'm working on the signal crayfish, which is an alien species originating from America. It's actually taking over from the whiteclaw, which is the British native species found in our rivers. So it's quite a predator in the local river systems, and its population numbers have really exploded since the 1970s, and they're actually becoming a big problem in our streams. Well, my PhD is looking at how the blood in the crayfish can carry on transporting oxygen around the body when there is depleted oxygen within the river. Actually rivals a lot of other universities around the world for what we can do, and we've got a lot of equipment here that you won't find anywhere else. The equipment I'm actually using in my temperature controlled room to measure the affinity of the blood is only one of 4 pieces of equipment you'll find in the world, and yeah, they're excellent.
Through its interdisciplinary approach, from the neurobiology of amphibians or the drought resistance of plants, Bristol provides an imaginative and friendly environment for research.
I think one of the strengths of the department in Bristol is that we work next to people who work on birds and fish, so you're not always thinking about plants. You get people giving you new ideas and things like that, which is a really nice thing. You're not surrounded by people whose only interest is plants, so you get to talk about all biology.
2 more specific examples of the range of research groups are given on this DVD, and further details are to be found on the website. Whatever your area of research, you could be a part of the vibrant and fascinating School of Biological Sciences at Bristol.